across the ruthless steppes of Mongolia, where the sky stretches endlessly and the earth lies like a vast, empty ocean. Icy winds screamed across the land, cutting like blades against bare skin. It was here, in this wild and merciless land, that a child was born in 1162, a child destined to forever change the course of history. His name was Temujin, a boy of a nomadic warrior tribe, who the world would one day know by a name that struck fear into the hearts of millions: Genghis Khan. Temujin's life was scarred by tragedy from the very beginning. His father, Yasujai the Brave, was a proud and powerful leader, but his enemies were many. When Temujin was only 9 years old, his father was poisoned by rivals, a betrayal that shattered the family. Their tribe turned its back on them, leaving Temujin, his mother, and siblings to survive alone in the freezing wilderness. They battled hunger by day and listened to the howling wolves by night. But hardship forged Temujin into something more than an ordinary child. In his heart, a fire was lit, a fire that would one day set half the world ablaze. He learned that survival meant power, and power meant control. He swore he would never again be abandoned or helpless. As he grew, Temujin gathered loyal followers, outcasts, warriors, and friends who saw in him a leader worth following. He earned their trust not through fear, but through fairness, sharing spoils equally, rewarding loyalty, and punishing betrayal. Slowly, he united the scattered tribes and turned them into an army. Temujin became a master of war. His tactics were revolutionary. His horsemen moved with lightning speed, covering vast distances in days. Mongol riders could shoot arrows with deadly precision, even while galloping at full speed. Enemies never knew from which direction the attack would come. By the time they realized, it was too late. Terror itself became his ally, traveling ahead of his armies and breaking the will of entire nations before a single battle began. But Genghis Khan's true legend was forged during his war with the Khwarezmian Empire. The Shah of Khwarezm made the fatal mistake of killing Genghis's ambassadors. This act of treachery ignited the Khan's fury. He swore to annihilate the empire, and he did. When the Mongols reached Bokhara, the city surrendered in terror, but mercy did not come. Genghis Khan stood on the mosque's pulpit and declared, "I am the flail of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent me to punish you." Then he ordered the city to be looted and burned. Screams echoed through the streets as Bokhara was consumed by fire. The same fate befell Samarkand, Merv, and countless other cities. Chroniclers wrote that in Merv alone, hundreds of thousands were slaughtered in a single day. Yet Genghis Khan was not only a destroyer, he was a lawgiver. He created the Asa, a code of laws that imposed iron discipline on his empire. Thieves and traitors were executed, but merchants and diplomats were protected. Under his rule, the Silk Road became safe again, and trade flourished like never before. His personal life was no less calculated. He married many women, not for pleasure but to forge alliances. He raised his sons with harsh discipline, training them to rule and to fight, so that his empire would not fall apart after his death. In his final years, Genghis Khan was no longer just a conqueror. He was a builder of a world order. He carefully divided the empire among his sons, ensuring its survival. But war never left his side. He was still leading campaigns even in his last days. In 1227, Genghis Khan died. His burial was shrouded in mystery. Legend has it that anyone who crossed the funeral procession's path was killed, and the soldiers who buried him were executed, so no one would ever know his final resting place. And thus, the man who had shaken the earth was laid to rest in eternal silence. Genghis Khan was not just a ruthless conqueror, but the architect of one of the largest empires in history. A man who rose from the icy steppes to rewrite the fate of nations with the edge of his sword.